Alright, so this video is going to do some problems. We're going to do some problems that have to do with charged interactions. When I last finished the video, we were talking about what it is to polarize. And polarizing really takes a big step when we're talking about neutrals being attracted to any other types of charges. So you can have a neutral object that is attracted to a positive or a negative. All right, but two neutrals cannot be attracted to each other. They just don't do it. Again, if you don't believe me, take your paper and stick it on the side of your desk and see what happens. Nothing will happen. All right, so we're going to start off with this problem that you see down here, where I'm going to just read it real quick. It says A is attracted to D, and D repels C. C attracted to B. B is attracted to E and isn't neutral. E is positive. What the heck does all that mean, right? Your job is to figure out, okay, well, what is everything's charge? What all can you possibly conclusively know? And when I say conclusively or even definitively, I'm talking about what can you say without a shadow of a doubt that you know for sure the charges are or could be, okay? So the way I like to do it, instead of trying to figure this thing out like it's a riddle, I like to write out everything. I like to make sure I know what, I want to eliminate. When you have situations like this, your best bet is to eliminate stuff instead of trying to figure out what things are, figure out what they are not, and then you'll know what they could be, if that makes sense. So the way I would do that is I would write out all of the possible charges that each one of these could be. And these are all of the key players involved. You got A, B, C, D, and E. All right, and so what I started off doing is I just wrote out, okay, they could all be positive, they could all be negative, they could all be neutral. That's what the equal sign means. Okay. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just pick a side. It doesn't really matter which side you choose to start with. I'm going to start at the top just because, I'm not exciting. All right. So it says A is attracted to D. When you look at A, it could either be positive, negative, or neutral. D could either be positive, negative, or neutral. Do you have enough information to cancel anything out with that information? Well, let's just quickly review. Okay. What does an attraction look like? An attraction can actually be two different situations. It could happen if you have an opposite charge coming in contact or a neutral coming in contact with a charged particle. So if we go back and look at A, oh, shoot. Just act like you didn't see that, okay? If we go back and look at A, you will notice that I don't know what it could be because they could either be, one of these three for each one. So that doesn't give you enough information. So we're going to just move on. Your job is to cross stuff off. All right. So now the next one. It says D repels C. Okay. So you can see that. All right. Does that give you any information? It does. It really does. So let's go and see what it gives you. It gives you the information right here. Like it says right here, repelling only happens when you have two of the same charges. All right. And by charges, that means they can't be neutral because neutral objects aren't charged. So with that information, we know that we can first eliminate the neutrals. So goodbye. So C and D we know are not neutral. If they're repelling, then neither of them can be neutral. All right. Next, it says C is attracted to B. All right. Well, that doesn't tell us anything because any one of this could be attracted to the neutral or the negative, or this could be attracted to that or the neutral. So that tells you nothing. Okay, so we're going to move on. B is attracted to E and is not neutral. So that tells us something. We know that B is not neutral, but it says it's attracted to E, which means it could either be attracted to this positive or the neutral. All right, so that's not going to help us. So lastly, E is positive. Well, that helps a whole lot. Now we can just get rid of both of these. Goodbye. All right, so now we can go on. Now that you've done that, we're done, right? No, you can still eliminate more. So let's keep on going. So let's go back to the top again. A is attracted to D. Still nothing, because remember, any one of these, this neutral can be attracted to either one of those. And then these can be attracted to their opposites. These, when I say, there you go. Okay, so let's move on. Next, D repels C. Still nothing here. We're going to just keep on moving. C is attracted to B. Now, does that tell us something? I don't know. C is attracted to B. Well, it could be either or, so that's not enough information. So we're going to keep moving. Just keep it on moving. B is attracted to E. Oh, shoot. I think that tells us something. Because E is only positive. And if B is attracted to E, then we know that B cannot be positive. All right, so now we have eliminated some. E is positive. Okay, back. So can we just, now we made it down to the end. Are we done? No, we're not done. So back to the top again. A is attracted to D. Still nothing. D repels C. Okay, still nothing. C is attracted to B. Oh, shoot. I think we found something else. Because if C is attracted to B and B is negative, then C cannot be negative. All right, so now. Where were we? B is attracted to E. Okay, we're going to start back at the top again. All right. Well, first and look. Are we done? No. So let's try to make sure we use everything. Like, once we've figured stuff out, you can even try to put a line through it. Well, we know that E, we figured what E was. We figured out what B was. We just figured out what C was. We know what, here we go. I'm going to get rid of all of those. Okay, so you don't stop going until you can conclusively cross out all of these letters up here. So we know that we figured out B, C, and E, but now we need to figure out what D and A could be. So let's go on with it. Get line through that C. So A is attracted to D. Nothing. D repels C. Uh-oh. Well, if C is positive, then D cannot be negative if they repel each other, right? Okay, so now we have just figured out what D is. All right, the last thing to figure out is A. A is attracted to D. Well, if D is positive, then A could either be, let's see here, it could either be negative or neutral. Can't be positive, though. Now, let's look at it. I think we figured it out. Let's just read it one last good time. It doesn't say that A is not neutral, so it's okay to actually have two of these. That's the best that we can do. So the answer to this whole situation right here is A. Let me just create some space. Okay, there we go. A is either going to be, let me just try it. Yeah, A is either going to be negative or neutral. B is going to be negative. C will be positive. D will be positive, and E will be positive. All right. That's what we can say conclusively. Alrighty.